Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and a warm welcome to this week's Walking Wednesday. I'm not framing myself entirely properly because I'm using my new tripod, which I'm actually holding on my arm like a parrot. And I realise that if I don't do that at a certain height, I end up looking odd on camera. If I do it on a certain height here, I end up looking very weird off camera. So there is absolutely no trade-off for this whatsoever. Anyway, I guess my arm is going to get lots of lactic acid if I do this. Okay, I'm just going to unhook the tripod. Okay, that's better. I was holding it like this. I don't know why I thought that'd be a good idea. Because this is actually a very small tripod, so I'm probably going to use it for the sitting down recordings from now onwards. Or I could just hold it like this, actually. It's way better than having to hold my phone and be like this all the time. So yeah, honestly, good payoff, good trade-off, whichever word that is. Sorry, I'm not entirely my best this week. This time it's physical rather than mental. Because actually mentally I'm in a pretty good place. Physically, however, not so much. Yeah, so ever since Monday last week, I have been sick in a variety of ways. The first being, I guess, when the first being that being when I woke up and I had a blocked nose and cold and sore throat, which haven't gone yet. I guess there's some remnant of that within my recording. But I also have I believe, a sinus infection. That's what I have been told, because I was having a conversation with Roxy and talking about the fact that I had a massive headache. She asked where it was. I said about here-wise, and she said, "Yeah, probably sinus infection." So yeah, I'd use a wet towel and use a wet towel with warm water, and place it on your head, and then try and keep your mind blank. Yeah. I tried that twice, actually. Once, completely failed. Second time, succeeded, but translated it backwards. So, it now feels better, but also further back in my head. So, it's about here now. I guess it's moved into the left as well, but also about up there. I don't know what that says. Maybe I'll try that again. It's going to end up back here or something. I'm not sure. Anything's possible at this point. Oh well, I'll see. To be honest, I just need to sleep. There's been a lot of there, and to recover on that, I've been napping for the past 2 days. Yeah, I always neglect my sleep hours, but this time much more so than before. I mean, partly to do the video that you saw me upload, I guess earlier today technically, but yesterday by YouTube's official standards. So yes, that video was a university project, because we were told on Monday that we would be doing presentations about the play that we've been tasked to do for our assessment. You know, fairly standard stuff, it's happened before. Not about plays, but I've done presentations. And obviously for presentations, for those who know me well enough and have been following me for some time, will know that I take presentations very seriously, I am very extra at them, and I love doing them. So you can imagine how that ended up. So eventually the word was changed to sharings, because I voiced that in class. And the word was changed to sharings. So basically all you had to do really was converse about the play and about your characters and about their objectives. Again, fairly standard stuff. However, I decided to make that mock trailer. And my friend Dana, who is the one who is also in that video providing the voices for the second narrator and for Gale, decided to help out with that. and thought it was a good idea. And of course, I definitely agreed. Well, I mean, that was my idea, so of course I would agree with my own idea. That was dumb. So, yep, again, not exactly fully conscious right now. Trying to figure out the best path that I have not trodden yet. 2 roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveller. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. If you don't know, that was Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Again, a poem that I actually read 4 years ago now on this channel, and used to be one of my most viewed videos of all time, which is very weird to say, because, you know, back before all the crazy AFMAU stuff, I was mostly just a gaming channel, and some of the first non-gaming content is what stood out. I mean, then was overtaken by Heart, Mind and Soul. Of course, Pixelmon, another gaming video, took that over completely, until The Truth About Travis came along and swept the floor with all of them. So yeah, I don't know. It was a strange one, because it's always the videos that you make that are random that you expect to never do well that actually do. Which probably means this one is going to get like 100 views or something. Not this one here. I mean, the consent one. And yeah, I did tell a lot of people not to watch that, and I stand by that, because I mean, for the 6 years I've been on YouTube, I've always been very family friendly. That play is not. There's no foul language in it, of course, although I did actually censor one of the lines that I had, which had an F-bomb in it. I censored that one, so that's no longer there. But it is it tackles mature themes. That's why it's not my usual. Despite it being gacha, they pointed out that it was very that the aesthetic was very anime. Obviously, I mean the technical term for the gacha characters is chibi, so it's a very cute aesthetic, which was what I was told in class. And the severity of the play kind of went against that in a good way. I can't remember exactly what the phrasing was. But yeah, so actually it worked out, and because we went last, it was more memorable. That's another thing that I like to do. Even though I love doing presentations, I won't go first unless no volunteers are being picked, or no one offers to actually go. And that's actually a tactical move, because one thing that presentation of mine has to be is memorable. That's why there are so many songs, because by writing a song, it drills into your brain what you're being presented with, because the music helps along with that. The fact is, it's usually a parody, so people know the tune anyway, so that's already in their brain, and I'm just adding on top of that. Sometimes that can backfire. You can end up with people who just think of the original, and when you try and do a sing-along with them, they just start singing the original song, which defeats the purpose, and yeah. But that's actually a surprising minority of cases that I've ended up with when doing that. So yeah, that's again why I do songs, and I've had people years after a presentation quoting one of the lines that I did. Like, for example, there's one where I did kind of a really bad rap battle between myself of these two characters. Just in Never Let Me Go, and people remember the chorus. You know, I've had people like going, "Never have a moment of your time." Yeah, and that was like one of the main bits of the chorus, and I thought, wow, that's something that actually stuck with people. I'm trying to say stood, and then trying to say stuck, and I merged them together. I am not okay. I am failing at English today, and that is very unusual for me because I'm failing in a very unusual way. I feel like I need to go home. And surprisingly, I've ended up going in a loop without realizing I'm going in a loop, because I've ended up by the cathedral, even though I left in the opposite direction of said cathedral. My perspectives are completely warped right now. Where am I going? Who am I? What else happened in the week? I suppose Tales of Sonic came back, so I suppose that was a success on my behalf. I know that I made the voting system, but honestly, with everything that's going on, whenever I've tried to film Olympus, it just backfires so much. And this time, even though the NPCs were technically asleep at that point, and I couldn't find the original assets for Jalen and Nanette, I was still able to make something and kind of frame them in a almost realistic way. I haven't got the angles quite down yet, and I will fully admit to that. But again, I wasn't using the replay mod, which I did also install on that system. I realised that the mod, it's on my old computer, so I need to transfer everything over, and the world save isn't transferring. So I am wondering about that. But oh well, I managed to at least get Caroline's voice acting debut. So now the world has heard her dulcet tones portraying another character through the medium of gaming and YouTube. Well, yeah, she already has a YouTube channel. But yeah, I got Caroline's voice acting debut. I'm quite pleased by that. So that was how it was supposed to be originally anyway. Because she was always a Buttercore member, and I, as usual, ended up not using her properly until now, because, I don't know, I guess the Mutant Girl takes so much priority in my mind that I don't give other shows the time. And the thing is, the Mutant Girl is going to become more prevalent again, because episode 9 obviously comes out in 4 days. That everyone knows anyway. Episode 10 probably will get split into 2 parts. Not gonna lie, it's very likely. And who knows, I might try and release the first part before the 17th deadline, and then release the second part on the 17th. I might end up destroying myself in the process, but that'll be something. And then, of course, I want to do a Christmas special. So everything is very much go with that series until the end of 2019. I'm still working on other scenes in the background, like Enceladus, for example. I recorded Dana's lines for that as well. And Dana is playing the lead role of Elsie, so that's it. I only have one more actor I need to record lines for, and I will contact him sometime along the weekend. I think that'll be best. So yeah, who knows, maybe the first episode of that will be released beforehand. It depends. It's all systems go, really. So, yeah, I guess that's probably why no wonder I'm napping so much. Ah, well, as long as I keep myself up to date with the course and well fed and everything, I'm sure I'll be fine. Which I am doing, so that's all okay. But yeah, expect a lot more Mutant Girl content, to wrap up season 1. And then I'll do like a behind the scenes, maybe a stream or something, where people in the series we all watch the episodes together, and I talk about everything that happened in the background, because there's not one single person who knows everything that's going on in the background, because so much has happened and so many people have contributed that I'm honestly quite excited. And then of course season 2. So yeah, the Mutant Girl, I was talking about that today. it became much more than what I thought it was going to be. So it, first of all, by the way, this is where I filmed Average Dreamer Part 2. Yeah, so it became much more than I thought it was going to. It was originally just my way of experimenting with animation and getting the basics done and me being able to refine all of that. And then suddenly it's become, well, I guess kind of the main focus of the channel, even taking away from AFMAL stuff. Which, I'm also working on some AFMAL scripts, by the way. I haven't forgotten about What If Meteor Stole Christmas, What If AFMAL Met FC early, and then there's also a TikTok challenge she's doing. So if anyone wants to get on that, she said on TikTok that she wants My Inner Demons TikToks for a video. So I'm pondering in my mind, what can I do for that? Because I'm no cosplayer, and I don't have the resources to do so, but I'm sure I can think of something that's non-cosplay related that can work with the medium of TikTok. Oh well, I'll figure that out at some point. I think the video, I don't know when the video's going to come out, but hopefully not before I come up with something. So it's a 15-second long video, it can't be that hard. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna sign off here actually, so you can see where I live. Alright, so please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. And on that note, until next time, farewell.